Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today in this video, I will show you last video. If you see in the customization, I showed the customization. What is the customization in the help desk module? So basically, I designed the one form in the front end side, and once all the information fill out from front end side, that information will be captured in the back end side in the ticket raise whenever going to ticket raise. Let's show you the quick overview what I did the customization. After that, I will show you the code how is coming in the backend side and the front end side. So this is the help desk module. If I'm going to here the configuration, so here in the help desk team, so in the help desk team I added the one field is the manager. Okay, so basically this team, who is the manager of this team, who will approve the ticket, who will handle everything related of that team. Okay, after that, the here the category. This is the main category. Here the name field and team IDs. Team IDs is dropped down from the relation. After that, the company. Now similar to the subcategory, in, in the subcategory, in, in the subcategory is mapped the main category. This is the main category what I saw just right now, and this is the subcategory. RAM come in the hardware, and camera is come under the hardware or software version. That is the software version. So basically, how why did I show you to you? So basically, we will uh, apply the domain, dynamic domain. When select the main category, the subcategory will be showing to according to the main category. Okay, after that, this is the default functionality what did I show you first video. Okay, after that, going to the ticket. In the ticket form, I added the category and subcategory field or whatever you want, also the employee ID if you want extra thing, and also I did the some buttons here. Okay, so also I did the some buttons in the form. Okay, let's show you the in the backend side. This is the front end side overview. Now I'm going to the code. So first showing the main category configuration. So this is the my object name is a category dot category. This is the object name. Okay, so if I'm going to the configuration and click on the developer mode, so here the is the model is the category dot category. So whatever field I added in the backend side, name, company ID, and subcategories, one to many, and team IDs. Okay, so basically this field is a relational field, but I didn't show in the front end side. Only I showed the mm, parent category in the subcategories ID. Okay, after that I'm going to show into the subcategory master data. So this is the subcategory master data. If I'm going to the front end side, so this is the subcategories. So in that subcategories I did the parent categories ID. Okay, so this is the parent category ID, and second is the company ID and name. So basically three field I added. Okay, and also this field I used to as a inverse field. Okay, inverse field basically we are give the in the one to many field. Okay, if you know the basic things, then you know easily what I did to explain to you. After that, in the help desk team, in the help desk team I added the one field who is the manager this team. So basically I did the one rest dot users models. Okay, one relational field. If I'm going to the configuration in the help desk team, so this is the manager ID. Okay, so this is the Python side. After that, if I'm going to the employee, so employee basically compute the basically employee in the employee code plus name. So why what I explained to you, if I'm going to the employee master, so this is the employee master. Okay, so here is the code and this is the name. By default is coming the you employee name. Code is not coming with concatenate. Okay, this we are calling this is the rack name. Okay, this is will be showing here in the base id plus name. Okay, so basically we modify the display name in the help employee. Okay, after that, if I'm going to in the ticket, in the tickets I added the some field. Okay, category, subcategory, and the open and reopen. Basically when reopen the ticket again and again, so mail will be triggered. Why did I did the counted field. Okay, after that, the employee and employee name, manager IDs. Okay, so these are the field I did. So when select the team manager id automatically coming from the team. Okay, after that once select the partner, once select the partner related of the partner which employee is integrate in the employee partner ids that will become automatically. Okay, so this is the depend apply. So when the change the stage, whenever change the stage, so if stage basically the sold, then reopen button will be automatically show. For example, if ticket is sold and again inquiry is coming from the customer side, customer want to reopen the ticket, then here one field is a give the true. So basically I button invisible visible based on that field. Okay, after that this id team id, when select the team related of that team, whose user id edit, so according to the team, so manager ids will be show to there. Okay, so this is the reopen ticket button. Okay, after that the subcategories. So this is the help desk team uh, code right in the python side. Okay, after that if I'm going to the help desk team, okay, this is the front end side. So here is only two ticket, one is a sold and second is a reopen. Now click on duplicate and going to the front end side. I'm change the url and just put my home. So once I click on the my home, so here is also coming the help button, and also if I go to the my account, so here is the tickets. So when I click on the ticket, so here is coming the one button. Okay, so this is the form. How is coming this button? So basically this is the list view in the front end side. This is the we are calling the template. So here is the report. This is the template in the front end side which is showing the data in the list of records. Okay, now this template I inherit created a one template view file. So this is the template file. So this is the see this action I override the template ID. Okay, because I modified, or you can inherit. In when you are going to inherit, there is a coming a little bit more time, but I don't have a time to. That's why I override the directly team template ID. Okay, everything is correct, but I added the some field like actions and other things. So this button is I added action here. Once I click on that button, so my button will be showing here. So this I'm added in that template. Once click on that button, this url will be hit. Okay, so basically here is the my ticket reopen and ticket id is gone. Okay, if I'm going to for whenever click on that button is running the one controller app function. So if I'm going to here the controller button and search that url here, so here you can find this function will be triggered according once trigger that function with team id. Okay, so what here doing, so first here the find out the ticket, after that search. If ticket is find out, then after that search the reopen stage. So if a reopen stage is found at, then up write in the ticket id. Okay, so my ticket will be reopened. After that if recount is equal to 0, then reopen count give the one pass. Whenever reopen ticket again 2 1, so this condition will be false and mail will be triggered to the customer. So basically this is the email template it I created in the data folder in the mail template file. This is the template I created for the reopen notify to the user and customer. Okay, you can modify that template, okay, according to your requirement. After that we are here, then send to the mail the customer and send to the message. And once this function is going to return and my ticket menu will be returned, same value will be returned. This see, if I'm click here, that stage will be changed. Like click on reopen, so basically it's coming the some id error issue. So let's going to wait. Okay, here put the Self id is not used here. Here will be used ticket id. Okay, click on here and restart the service. Okay, now go back to here and click on reopen. Once click on reopen stage, it will change to reopen. Okay, so this is the list view reopen button. After that, go back here. Also, if you click in that url, so once click in that url, so this is the hyperlink in the field. So let's show you in the template. So I'm going to the template, same template. So here is the employee id, this is the field, and before that, so here is the help desk ticket and ticket. So this url will be triggered once click on the ticket field. So this is the same url similar to that. Okay, if I'm url checking here, okay, this is the base url, not here. Okay, so let's click on here. Once click on here, here will be coming the communication channel. Okay, so for example, let me do it here what I did here. So refresh and do it sold. Okay, I sold. So let me refresh. So I refreshed here. So here is the one button, the reopen. Also I did the one button here. So this is the different template id. Okay, so same button I added here. So this is the different template id. If I search this your, and second is added in that template. So basically I inherit this ticket follow up, and this is the template name. If you find out, you can find in the base add-ons. Okay, so basically I find it. So after that I added the one button. After that, yes, this is the XPath and this button. Once click on that button, my this function will be triggered. Okay, and my ticket will be reopened. Next click on that button, my ticket will be reopened and sent to the mail to the customer also same. Okay, so if I'm going to here in the main and search the url, so here in this url, this function will be triggered and same thing I did in that function. Okay, now my ticket two times is open and mail is to go to the customer. Now this is the this customization. After that, once click on the help desk, so here will be open the form. So by default, employee and employee full name and phone number, email address and company, this detail is coming by default automatically. How is coming by default? So that detail is sent to the employee. So let's show you which function is. So here is the template. Okay, this is the template. This is template used for to form. Okay, yeah, this one is the form, and click on that button submit. So here is the employee name. Once click on the employee, so default value will be coming in the employee field, and after that the full name, that is the partner name is coming in that field. By default is the name and the employee name. Okay, one field I invisible, display will be invisible for that. So first one is the, yeah, this one the display none. Actually what here, so this field is carry the value and this value show the value on the front end side. Okay, so when submit the ticket, that value will be go into the backend side. Name field is the required and added this extra one field is the employee name. Employee names will be visible in the front end side, but in go backend side is going to the partner name. Okay, that's why I'm added here. Similar thing, the phone number and email address. So here is the phone number and email address. If I use checking here in the where ticket, no, yes, help desk name, where, yes, in this, yeah. So basically here make the default values. So basically I created the some functions a variable basically which we carry the default value. So here is the team default value, employee default value, and the commercial company and username. Here we set the default values same. Oh, right, according what write the code here. Okay, so request and search the employee, and employee search based on the user, and with company should be same, and give the display name. Okay, this is the I would set the default values. After that, so why did it showing in the backend side? Just now I know. So in the hardware I created the two subcategory. So in the two subcategory, if I'm change the main category like a software, in the subcategory showing only one category. So how is showing the dynamic domain? So this is the parent category. Now I'm going to below up. So this is the category. So this is the when select the main category ID. According to that category, one JS file will be triggered. See. So yeah. So once change this ID, so my function will be second function will be triggered. This function is sent to the related of the uh, subcategories. Okay, so once this is the change and the that function will be written. After that, this function will be triggered. In the this function will find out the subcategories from the categories. Okay, so this function will be triggered from the Python side. If you check this function, now this function is created in the category subcategory. Okay, where is created, where? Yes, this function will be created. So this function is find out the subcategories record. Okay, so this is the JS file and send to the selection fields of data in the key of the dictionaries. Okay, optional field. So in that field, in way of the record, this is sent to the data. After that, fill out the subject, whatever the subject. This is the default field. I'm doing the test, and the description, and this is all. Okay, this is will make the required. I'm adding this one. File like and submit. Once click on submit, my ticket number will be generated and go back to the home. So this is the home screen. Once again I'm going to here and here the ticket. So my ticket, one ticket is raised. So here you can see. Okay, that is the customization why I did in. So and if you check here, that is the menu file I did, and this is the category master data, list view, form view, and actions. In the team ID I did the manager ID. This is the view template. Okay, if you need this code, I can share to my Gmail via my Gmail, but you have to write the comment in my video section. Then I will send to that code. Okay, if you want to the explain in the briefly too much, then I will send create one more video. Okay, I hope this video will you guide to understand the code from front end side. Thank you.